Problema ba itong meta natin? Okay, ayan na. Wala na, ayan na. Nag-choke na kagad. Kamusta kayo dyan? Kamusta kayo dyan, guys? Hi! Hi! Kamusta kayo dyan? I know. Kamusta kayo dyan, guys? Kamusta ang... gusto ko lang magpasalamat po sa inyo. Yan, kasi hindi tayo nagpasalamat sa mga kaibigan natin dyan, mga kameta natin dyan. Strong showing na naman tayo. Puya ka siya kahapon. Ayan, dami natin mga kameta dyan sa BBC World News event. Of course, hindi ko sinasabi na andun kayo para sa akin lang or para sa akin. Of course, I know, andun kayo para sa BBC, andun kayo para sa dun sa mga ibang guests natin na mga galing, si Justice Carpio, of course, si Paeng. Ayan, napakagaling naman yung mga ibang kasama natin sa panel. And napakagaling yung mga ayan, si Dean from Ateneo, kaibigan natin dyan, Sir Galang. And then, of course, yung host, si Johnny. Napakagaling talaga yung host kahapon. Ito, guys. Of course, magpasalamat man tayo kay Mark Zuckerberg. Inayos na yung na-jumper nila dyan sa Facebook. Mukhang nag-jumper-jumperan sila. At mukhang kagabi, tuwang-tuwa si Paring Elon. Tuwang-tuwa si Paring Elon na sila lang yata is na ano ay hindi naman, in fairness, okay naman yung YouTube kahapon. Oh, pasensya na lang dun sa mga kameta natin sa Facebook. Okay naman ang YouTube natin ngayon. Ayun na, nagpa-panic mode na yung mga kasama natin kagabi. Sabi nila magpo-friendster na tayo. Ah, ang problema ko naman, sabi ko, si Jeff ka na ba yung nag-comment doon? Sabi ko, ang problema ko naman, na-hack talaga yung Friendster ko. Kasi nung una, akala ko na-hack tayo sa Facebook eh. Sabi ko, nakakatakot talaga to. Sabi ko, nakakatakot talaga to dahil nililog out ka, pagpasok mo, nilagay mo yung password mo, ayaw pa rin ipasok, tapos kahit nakapasok ka, biglang nagpa-problema ulit. So for around 15 to 20 minutes, ganito yung situation until sabi ko, ganito ang solution dyan. Pupunta tayo sa X, Twitter, Elon Musk world. So nag-post tayo dyan. Ano ba? Facebook is down. Ayan, dami na sumagot. Tapos, ang funny, nakakatawa kasi ang funny, napaka-corny naman. Nakakatawa kasi guys yung lugar. Hindi, nakakatawa kasi guys, exactly yung sinabi ng mga tao sa comment section. Yun din ang feeling ko na parang puro sila mga comments. Pero nga, ano, akala namin na-hack kami. Bakit ganun? Nahirapan kami pumasok. So, na-confirm natin at guys, just to be clear, hindi lang po down ang Messenger. Hindi po lang down ang Facebook. Hindi lang po down ang ano pa ba? Ang down din po diyan de, WhatsApp kasi gumagana siya eh. Pero ang down din siya yung threads. Kaso, alam ko wala nakapansin na down yung threads kasi wala sa atin gumagamit ng threads eh. Dami natin mga sinasabi sa buhay pero bumalik rin pala tayo dyan sa Twitter X na yan. Sa dami natin hanash kay mahanash na Elon Musk na Karen Boy na yan. Kevin Boy na yan. Darren Boy na yan. Pero guys, by the way nawala rin ng isang oras ang thread doon sa mga minamahal natin followers na mahilig mag-follow sa atin sa thread. Ilan lang ba yung followers natin? At least, ang yabang ko sa thread at least verified tayo dyan. Ayan. So guys, ito thank you so much again for show of force, mga kameta natin. Kahapon, ayan tuloy. Sabi tuloy ng isang dumaan dyan, sabi niya, ano to, BTS? Sa dami natin mga kaibigan, nakipag-catch up tayo, nakipag-usap tayo. So thank you so much guys sa dumaan. Akala ko mga 10 tao lang siguro doon. Andun yung mga kamag-anak ng iba, andun yung kapatid ng iba, nagdala ng staff yung iba, nagdala ng videography na yung pala pagpasok natin. Aba, wow, ang dating. Daming tao. Shucks, ang haba ng pila. Kaya tuloy, wow. Kaya good luck na lang. Anyway, thank you so much again. And as I said, medyo na-depressed na ako kanina kasi mukhang wala pala siyang video. Which is like weird. Dahil yung version na ginawa nila sa Poland, nakita ko sa online, sa YouTube, napakagandang videos, napakagandang visuals. I was hoping something similar but for some reason, mukhang wala. Kasi tumawag yung mga kaibigan natin, mga kapuso natin dyan na iba kanina may nakausap tayo. Mukhang ang hindi mukhang ang may mga local media video lang ng konti yata nung una, pero nawala na sila eh. So wala siyang video the whole event, which is like shocking considering ang daming tao, considering sobrang excited ng tao, considering how daming tanong ng tao. Yung iba pa nakadalawang times na ito may favoritism yata yan, na joke lang. No, that was very good. That was very town hall style, which is what I like. Kaya sabi ko kung mag-meta event tayo, hopefully one day, hindi ko alam, wala pang isipin pa natin kung one day mag-meta event tayo. Gusto ko gano'n, yung engage mo talaga yung audience, back and forth question, hindi lang yung mga nagpapakit yung mga nasa panel. So, yon, thank you so much guys. I appreciate it. Yun lang, nakaka-bummer lang. Wala pala siyang video. At wala tayong nakita ng matinong video sa atin. Ay, yung mga video na meron tayo, purang layo. So, kung iba sa inyo, may video na mas maganda or something, or alam nyo may nag-video, please pakisend forward. Kasi may mga parts na gustong-gusto ko yung discussion. I mean, okay. I mean, I get it. Magandang audio. I mean, of course, as we speak, this is gonna be also a podcast. Pero iba pa rin, guys. Iba pa rin talaga pag may visuals. I mean, guys, in this world that we live in right now, kahit ikaw pinakamagaling na tao sa mundo, kung hindi ito nakikita ng ibang tao, hindi ito nakikita ng rest of the world, literally, hindi nila nakikita, good luck na lang, hindi ma-appreciate yan. I'm 100% sure, guys, yung mga tao na akala natin the best in the world, na napakaganyan-ganyan, akala lang natin yan kasi sila lang nakikita natin na magaling dun sa mga nagpapakita sa mundo. But I'm 100% sure, guys, ang daming mga magagaling dyan na for some reason hindi nila na-appreciate ang video, ang hindi nila na-appreciate ang communications. At I'll be honest, maraming tao dyan, daming mga award na mga ek-ek na ganyan. Pero alam natin, hindi yan dahil sa kagalingan nila or something. Magaling lang yung PR team nila. Magaling lang yung PR nila. Kaya ako, as much as I'm continuing to do the hard work, so kanina actually may class tayo, tapos interview tayo right away with Monocle, etc. back to back. I always say this. Do your usual everyday hard work. Kung ikaw ay academic, do the writing. If you're a journalist, do the writing. If you're a researcher, do the research. But, hindi pwede nandun lang sa mundo na yan. It has to get out. The rest of the world has to know it if it's something good. Because, ang daming basura dyan in the world. Ang daming nonsense dyan in the world. Ang daming tao na undeserving or daming tao na overrated na gano'n, na magaling lang sila, maka-PR lang sila. And please lang, dun sa mga haters natin na gusto magsalita, umayos kayo dyan. Wala akong production team. Wala akong kung ano-ano. I'm doing everything like that. Ako nagsiset up. Yung innovation styles, yung mga slicing, splicing, yung mga R&R, RRM, lahat na yan, guys. Spontaneous, inisip natin yan, na-strategize natin yan, of course. So, please lang, hindi katulad ng iba na may complete production team, may manager, may talent manager, may mga contacts, may networks, may mayaman na oligarch na kaibigan, whether sa Pilipinas, whether sa Silicon Valley, ma-PR, ganun. Hindi. Yes, I speak for myself, and if I happen to speak okay in my own behalf, hindi tawag PR dyan. PR is when you have a whole production team behind you. You have reputation management, blah, blah, blah behind you. You have like network schmoozing with the rich people and connected people. Ay, guys, honestly, yun ang hindi ko talaga kaya. Kaya sabi ko, paano? Kasi may mga nagsabi, Richard, bakit di ka na lang magpolitiko? Bakit di ka na lang mag-ganyan-ganyan? Ay, inisip ko parang, di kailangan makibag-shoes mga tao, yung mga ganon. Guys. Tapos sa mga mayayaman, ako pa. It's like, of all people, I'm like literally the last people who's gonna... Ay nako, syempre pwede mo sabihin na yabang lang yun. Pero guys, ako may sense of dignity talaga ako eh. And for me, naman, meron naman tayo mga times na baka naman, mga ganun. Pero I mean, gets mo, iba pa rin yung schmoozing sa politika. Wala akong patience. Kung walang kwentang kausap ng tao, trapo, kung shallow, kahit anong yaman nila, whatever, never mind, man. No offense, diba? I rather spend time with people na hindi galing sa malaking pamilya, hindi sobrang sikat, hindi mayaman, hindi, konyo, whatever. Pero malalim mag-isip. Malalim ang pagmamahal sa bayan, sa komunidad. Malalim ang pag-intindi sa mga malalaking tanong sa buhay, mga existential questions. Yun po yung mga gusto natin dyan. So, I'm just saying, guys. Okay, having said all of that, tapos na yung drama natin. Ito guys, pag-usapan natin ito. Wow! Whew. So kahapon guys, dun sa mga hindi naka-follow sa atin, ay kasi nga down ng meta kagabi. So nakahabol pa ako ng live kaso medyo sobrang late na mga 11 na and all. Yeah, pinag-usapan natin na yung Kibuloy investigations and all of that. And speaking of Kibuloy investigations, of course, as you know, Senator Risa Hontiveros officially pushed for, eto na, isisapina na itong pastor na ito, itong person of interest, dahil itong person of interest na ito ay hindi nagpakita ng contempt, hindi nirespeto yung jurisdiction, yung mandato ng Senado. So ito na, so nag-push na itong senadora natin for itong subpoena na talaga dahil contempt po yung nakikita niya dito sa no show na naman ni Bossing, 'di ba? Sabi, ba't kasi hindi nakikinig kay ba't hindi kasi nakikinig kay Tatay Digong? 'Di ba sabi ng tatay, magparesto ka na lang, wala ka naman, minor crime lang naman daw minor lang daw. Hindi ko alam sa anong mundo minor yung mga, alam naman natin yung mga cases, kailangan ko pa ilabas yung listahan. Ito, pero mukhang isang dahilan na komportable. Isang dahilan na may kumpiyansa. Yung isang tao dyan na hindi magpakita sa Senado at mag-drama-drama dyan, ay dahil meron siya yung mga nag-aabogado para sa kanya na hindi na mga abogado. Yung mga nagka-constitutional expert na wala namang expertise. Ito yung pinakamagaling yung senador. Ayan, si Robin Hood Padilla. Sabi ni Sir, ipagpaumanhin na po nyo, akin pong tinututulan ang naging pasya na makontempt si Pastor. Ayan. Pero in fairness, not in fairness dun sa position ni Robin Padilla. So as you may know, procedurally speaking, si Bossing, kailangan niya mag-file mag-forward ng official position paper. Bakit sa kanyang palagay hindi dapat magkakaroon ng contempt case laban dito sa pastor na to. So let's see in the coming days, siguro by next Monday siguro, or by early next week siguro magkakaroon siya ng explanation. So tingnan natin ang explanation ni Kuya. All right? But in fairness, you know what's interesting here is that, I mean, like, of course, no surprise na gagawin naman ni parang Robin Hood yan. I mean, alam niyo naman si Robin Hood, napakatapang yan eh. Tapang-tapang talaga yan, the best yan, napakagaling yan. Kasi pag may ginawang China, walang sinasabi. Kung may ginawa yung isang, alam niyo na, okay, ganito. Anyway, in fairness naman, what I appreciated about Robin Padilla dito, si Bossing, is that yung pagkasabi na is actually very malumanay eh. Very, very respectful. Yung nakatingin pa siya kay Ma'am Risa. Hindi ko na malabas, baka ma-content tayo. Kasi nung nilabas ko yung news ng isang araw, parang binablock yung live ko eh. Hindi ko na alam ano nangyari dyan. Pero ito guys So, kung titingnan yung video, hindi ko na nalabas dito, baka magkakaroon tayo ng copyright issue dito. Ipopost ko na yung link mga kameta. Pwede naman tignan sa YouTube mismo, di ba? Nakaganyan siya, tapos nakatingin siya kay Ma'am Risa, kay Senator Risa. And then very respectfully na sinabi niya, parang, ako po, tinututulan ang naging pasya na makontempt. Yung, in fairness, hindi ito yung yabang, siga, yung mga, alam mo na, di ba? Alam mo na, magpakabait na ako, di ko na sasabihin mga, in fairness naman, very gentleman-like and all. And then you could see also Senator Risa Hontiveros very respectfully naman, essentially disagreeing. Like, okay, you're entitled to making that intervention. So, titignan natin if, hindi lang anong maging position paper ni Robin Hood Padilla, pero kung makakuha siya ng enough votes, no? Dun sa relevant committees to block itong contempt case na to para hindi ito umakyat dun sa Senate President. Now, as you know guys, there are a lot of discussions of coups in all sense of the word, including coups in the Senate. Na there were suspicions na kahapon as we were, getting into that BBC event and all of that. Mukhang maraming nangyari dyan sa Senado. Oh, by the way, speaking of which, kasama natin si ka-R&R, si Ronald Llamas. Thank you so much, Sir Ronaldo, for dropping by the other day. Yan, sa event natin, pumila-pila pa, napaka-humble talaga, napaka-bait talaga ito si Sir Ronald. No, 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 in fairness naman kay Sir Ronald, we have to talk about it. So, there are plans talaga na to oust, mukhang oust si Mig Zubiri at mukhang they want to put someone na, I don't know, mas I don't know. Alam mo naman alam mo naman natin guys sinong kandidato to replace him. All right. Ayan, pag-usapan natin sa susunod na episode. So, actually, yun din isang concern kahapon dun sa Senado na yan. Itong ongoing coup attempts. Alam mo guys, nakakatakot. Ang dami pala mga coup attempts. Literally right and left ngayon. Sabi ko nga, yun yung problema kay BBM. Dahil ang perception sa kanya ay conflict avoidant. Ang perception sa kanya, hindi siya ready to drop the Thor's hammer. Inaabuso ng ibang tao nagkakagulo-gulo na. Pero in fairness, I don't want to also blame BBM for everything. And I think this is more actually a function of Duterte's being there rather than BBM, to be honest about it. Kasi ang gulo-gulo talaga, isang dahilan dyan, dahil sa mga pinaggagawa ni Digong. And of course, after 6 years of Digong, parang normalize na yung bardagulan style of politics, to be honest. Yan ang sense ko dito na talagang bardagulan talaga. So you have a toxic combination of a perception of having a weak president, na conflict avoidant. At the same time, you have a Karen, super Karen na ex-president na nagbardagulan every day. Right? And then on top of that, guys, and this is where, don't worry, susundan pa rin natin yung flow natin sa title natin dito. And then on top of that, you have a situation whereby the opposition is still fragmented, guys. The opposition is still fragmented. Because, kung titignan nyo to, guys, promise kung titignan, okay, alam ko naman namulat na kayo kasi alam ko marami sa inyo nagagalit sa akin at hindi kayo nag-agree sa akin nung sinasabi ko yung mga sinasabi ko after elections and last year. Pero alam ko medyo namumulat na ibang tao At napansin ko yung mga sinasabi ko nung last year or whatever year na yan, 2022 pa lang, ngayon biglang sinasabi na rin ng ibang tao who know a thing or two about politics, diba? Or have served in the highest positions of office and know a thing or two about opposition politics and all of that. Now, having said that, guys, if you look at Risa Hontiveros, she's doing everything right as an opposition leader, as in everything right. She combines, guys, fire and at the same time, and ice, if I could put it that way. Like, ang galing Like, ang tapang niya when kailangan niya maging matapang. And then, talagang hindi siya nagpapakita ng takot, hindi siya nagpapakita ng hesitancy, hindi siya nagpapakita ng, hindi siya self-doubt or nagda-drama or like, ganyan. Wala. She went after Kibuloy. And how important that is, grabe talaga Only you see with Risa talaga. I mean, I haven't, honestly. Kasi but, the point is, kung tapang lang, of course, parang para sa akin, mas matapang pa, or at least kasing tapang sila Leila de Lima at saka si also Senator na Trillanes. Kasi kung tapang lang talaga yan, I would say, fortunately, there are at least 3 or 4 na sobrang matapang na opposition leaders or senators or former senators na kilala ko. At alam niyo naman, na-interview na natin si Senator Trillanes, na-interview na natin si Senator Leila de Lima. Hopefully, ma-interview din natin si Senator Hontiveros. Of course, na-interview ko rin si Senator Raffy Tulfo para dun sa isang show natin. So, pag-usapan tapang, I would say marami matapang dyan na hindi DDS camp. Right? Hindi DDS camp. And gladly, maraming matapang dyan na progressive. The thing with Riza though, is that hindi lang siya matapang. Kaya rin niya mag-switch into yung sobrang, stateswoman-like, malumanay, at nakikita mo yung aura niya Aura niya ng SMA. Yung aura niya, I won't say disarm, pero kita mo yung effect niya kay Robin Padilla. Like si Robin Padilla, hindi siya hindi, very rin siya, respectful and all of that. Kasi meron siyang ganun yung she has this aura that it calms you down and the way she talks very respectful and also the thing that makes Riza very special as political figure and as a leader is that she combines those two elements. Almost two elements. Kaya nga sabi ko, kung tapang lang, ang dami natin kilala ng matapang na magaling na senadora. Right? Since day immemorial. Pero yung kay Risa kasi, tama po yan, may dignified aura, and then meron siya, mas malumanay. And I'll add the third element. Do not forget, Risa Hontiveros is an award, or was, I don't know how to put it, is an award-winning journalist. Nanalo siya ng award bilang isang journalist. And I can tell you, as you know, someone who has also been journalist, medyo na nominate lang naman here and there. You know, when you reach a certain level of na award-winning journalist ka na, or ninominate ka na sa mga big awards and all, that means naka-develop ka ng certain instinctive communication skills. I mean, the thing I really appreciate about Risa is that not only there is depth to the person, there's also strategic communication skills to the person na hindi pilit. Hindi pilit. Like, anyone who has had chance to talk to her, like in private, hindi on the record, hindi yung with the lights, hindi yung ganyan-ganyan, you would be so impressed by how much depth there is to this person, but also how precise, maayos mag-isip, straight to the point, walang ganyan-ganyan, beating around the bush. Wala, mali, like, discipline mag-isip, discipline in communication. Siya mismo, hindi ito yung press release na galing sa office, hindi ito yung sinasabi ng spokesman, hindi ito yung papakit lang, nagpa-interview sa pa-showbiz, pakit na ganyan. Hindi ganoon. Like, siya mismo. And, of course, what was even more, exactly, clarity of thought, discipline in communications, instinctive sa kanya, kasi siya mismo journalist siya. Napakagaling na journalist ba, di ba? And matalinong tao ito, di ba? Matalinong tao ito. And of course, I mean, UP ako, pero in fairness, all respect sa Ateneo also. Nagturo naman ako doon. Now, going back to this, but there's another also layer to her, which is very, very impressive, which is what actually I think I didn't appreciate enough. Sorry na lang, ma'am, pag narinig mo to. I'm not saying na in-understand, pero yung nakausap po natin, guys, huwag niyo napansin, kailangan ko na mag-haircut bukas, pasensya na, alam mo, pakit yung hair natin, okay? Buti nga in a way, buti nga radio program yung kahapon, kasi, hindi nakikita yung pakit natin buhok. But anyway, balikan natin yan, guys. The other layer to her is also this political acumen and reflectiveness. Na first pinoint out yung minamahal natin kaibigan at isa pang co-host natin na isa sa mga paborito natin. Ito rin crush ng bayan. Hindi kasing level ni Ronald Alden Sliamas, pero crush ng bayan din ito. Nung panahon na colleagues pa lang kami sa atin niya, crush ng bayan na ito. Ito si Leloy, di ba? The best ni si Leloy niyan. Si Leloy pointed out na tinuturing niyang kaibigan ito si Risa. And, they have conversations daw like friends. And I say daw, like, I'm not like questioning it. I mean, like, I'm just quoting here, right? And point niya is, sobrang impressive daw si Risa. And sobrang reflective siya. Hindi siya yung tipo na, alam mo naman, yung style ng mga ibang opposition dyan na pipilitin na nila yung dating narratives, dating explanation, lahat na lang disinformation. Alam, yun ang nakakainis eh. Kung si Robin Hood Padilla, lahat na lang chacha. Kung yung iba, lahat na lang Bitcoin. Yung iba naman, lahat na lang disinformation. Adi, sara na natin yung, wag na tayo mag-aral. Lahat na lang, bakit kayo iniwan ng jowa mo? Disinformation. Bakit natalo ang opposition? Disinformation. Bakit nag-aaway si Digong at BBM? Disinformation. Bakit ang China nagbubuli sa disinformation? Alam mo yung mga ganyan style? Ang kagandahan kay Risa Hontiveros is nag-iisip siya, nagre-research siya, nakikinig siya, nagbabasa siya, nagko-compare siya, she's open to it. Kaya, I was very impressed with what she said. When ako personally, I saw her in a forum, si Christian Esquera pa yung moderator. Tapos ako yung nagtanong. And ang ganda ng sagot. And sobrang ganda ng sagot. Principled, dignified, decisive, and very sensible. Very sensible. Yung message discipline, but also yung clarity of thought. Very good point, guys. Kaya gusto ko tong live kasi ang ganda ng mga comments niya. Minsan, sorry guys, may sasabaw na. Tagal lang, nag-lecture ako. Ang dami kong ginawa today. May mga meetings pa tayo. Kanina umaga pa tayo trabaho. But anyway, I really appreciate. So, and then, more than that, the other thing, I don't know, I hope my intel is correct on this, is that she also has this ability to work with many people from this different side of the political spectrum in order to push for the right uh, legislations and to push for the right actions by the Senate. So, yung isa pang maganda kay Risa Hontiveros is hindi siya self-righteous. Right? Hindi siya self-righteous. Hindi siya yung feeling kung sino. Hindi, alam mo na, di ba? So, it's her ability to work. And hindi rin siya pa-woke and pa-cute. Okay? Sorry hindi, yung isa dyan, parang ayoko yung mga iba dyan yung pa-woke and pa-cute. May depth eh. May depth sa kanya. And at the same time, there's political maturity to her in ways that I don't know about other opposition leaders. Now, having said all of those positive things about Riza, I think she's ticking all the boxes and all of that. Ang big question pa rin dito is, ano bang plano ni Lenny talaga ng 2028? Kasi mukhang 2025 will really be her running for local government position, which I completely understand and all. But the thing is, hindi magkakaroon talaga ng rallying effect around Risa Hontiveros as the future of the opposition. Something that I'm not the only one. You got Senator Trillanes, among others, have also emphasized this. I mean, halos lahat ng mga kausap natin, mga co-host natin dito, nakikita nila yung value ni Risa Hontiveros as the future opposition leader. Hindi magkakaroon, it's gonna be very difficult for the pink movement and the broader progressive movement in the Philippines to mobilize behind Risa Hontiveros until magkakaroon ng clarity dito sa status of sino ba talaga ang di ba? Figurehead, right? Kaya figurehead, there could be only one head. Figurehead ng opposition. Yun po talaga, yung concern natin ngayon. Because if there are people who think that Lenny can still run another time in 2028, and Lenny's, in fairness naman to her, she's number 3, I think, dun sa some of the presidential surveys behind Rafi Tulfo and Sara Duterte. Although malayo, but still, I think as long as she's number 3 there or something like that, and unless Riza ranks higher than her in surveys and all, I don't know. So kasi isa lang talaga pwede, guys eh. I mean, I'll tell this honest, it cannot be two figureheads. There could be only one opposition leader, one true opposition leader, and we're so blessed we have multiple women great opposition leaders here. I mean, this is one of the things I'm so proud about being Filipinas. There's no shortage of great women leaders. But at the end of the day, we have to choose one. And there has to be rallying effect behind one candidate. Now, I can imagine someone would say, maybe you can square the circle and Lenny will still run for president and then Riza for vice president. I don't know. Maybe that could be an option. I don't know. But, and siguro Riza would be okay with that. Ang thing ko lang is, then again, Riza will still be a secondary figure, right? And then, so anong bang hintayin natin, di ba? Ano bang kailangan niyang gawin, di ba? And then at the same time, like, vice president, seriously guys? Speaking of vice president, I mean, nung isang araw, di ba, nakausap natin yung mga ka-R&R natin, meron daw anggulo kung saan baka mag-resign na lang daw si Sara at tatakbo na lang siyang mayor ng Davao. I mean, can you imagine that? That's how, I mean, of course, there are peculiar circumstances, and I'm not gonna talk about ICC and all of that, but the office of the vice president is just like, meh, right? Let's be honest. Kung ikaw hindi type ng president, I mean it in a political sense and not in that iyak-iyak sense na, I mean, kung hindi ka talagang vibes ng presidente na totoong-totoo. Kasi, naturally, kung presidente ka, you're gonna have always some, with the vice president. Kasi alam mo, yung vice president is just, konting pitik na, yun na yung next president, di ba? So, ang hina ng position ng vice president to be honest in the Philippines. At least in the US, kung vice president ka, which is still not the best position. I mean, kaya nga si Biden daw ayaw po tumakbo vice president kay Obama noon. First of all, sa US, hindi mo kailangan tumakbo dahil isang ticket na kayo. But the other thing in the US is, the vice president is automatically the Senate president. And tiebreaker. Just in case nagkaroon ng tie, let's say 51 Republicans, 51 whatever, pwede maging tiebreaker. So may a certain degree of gravitas and significant veto power or swing vote power ang vice presidente sa Amerika, right? You feel by the way, I'm talking about the power of the office in technical legal terms. I'm not talking, of course, the US is superpower, right? Kahit ano ka lang sa US, ang lakas mo na in international terms. But you get what I'm saying? So, ang hina ng position ng VP. So, I don't know, parang sayang lang si Risa pag magtumakbo lang siyang vice president, assuming manalo pa siya. And I won't be surprised, Robin Hood Padilla will run as vice president ni Sara in 2028. I mean, obviously that's the game plan. That's the game plan na si Robin Hood Padilla will run as vice president of Sara Duterte, at least, or at least he's positioning for that, right? So it's not like vice presidential position will be an easy one because you'll have Robin Hood Padilla and who knows baka hindi si Vic Soto, si Tito Soto, Tito Boy Soto. Yung mga ganun types. Alam mo na, yung mga ganun, di ba? O baka mamaya Grace po pa. O Grace po pa tumakbong vice president. Ay, alam ko pa, parang, di ba, potentially dapat tumakbo siyang vice president last election pero tumakbo na daw si Tito Soto, hindi na siya tumakbo kasi family friend, whatever. Okay. But you guys, you get what I'm saying here. Yun nga, there has to be really clarity here. Who is really gonna be the figurehead? And ang problema ko is the more there is a lack of clarity on that, the more hindi magka-consolidate ang pink movement. And who knows? I mean, probably the pink movement should evolve into something else. I mean, pink movement evolved from the old liberal opposition. Hopefully, the next one will be even more. Hopefully, the next one will be even more expansive, inclusive, decisive, right? Let's just hope for that. But my point is yun nga, wala pa rin tayong clear figurehead. I mean, what I'm glad to see is yung mga ibang key opposition figures na napakatapang at magaling, di ba? I clearly, either they're taking themselves out of the equation para hindi sila manggugulo, or they're openly already suggesting someone else. Or in the case of Trillanes, for instance, he's openly suggesting it should be Risa na. Doon na tayo. Kasi nagpapakita naman siya ng qualities of leadership. Courage, conviction, dignity, decisiveness, everything. And yung mga nagsasabi na, ay, si Risa ay masyadong left, si Risa ay masyadong ganyan. Guys, you don't know. When Digong was trying to run in 2015, everyone said, he's just too crazy to be a president. Now, I don't agree. Well, I don't disagree about some part of what was said. But yung idea na just because I mean, we really don't know, guys. We really don't know the voter preferences by that time. I mean, if you run it well, you message it well, you package it well, you timing it well, wala nang left-right yan. Tingnan mo nga si Digong, malapit sa left, malapit sa China, malapit sa ganyan, nanalo pa rin, diba? I mean, I'm just saying, guys, I'm just saying. Yung iba naman, wala naman, nagtatap na ng Senate, alam niyo na. So, ang point is, there has to be a clarity on that. Kasi unless there's a clarity on that, alanganin, guys, Alanganin, guys. Okay. Now, let's go to the last part of our discussion today kasi ang dami natin pinag-usapan. But let me put it this way, guys. Of course, we still have to talk about our president, right? As I said, it's just crazy how we always talk and we just, like walk around BBM as if it's not there. And then BBM doesn't also help his case kasi he's always abroad. I mean, again, come on. I know na yung mga kaibigan natin, sila Ambassador Ramos, they question the whole Magellan Jr. thing. But let's be honest, he does travel a lot. I mean, he really, really travels a lot. I'm not saying super lot more than Digong, who also traveled a lot or whatever. I'm just saying, considering how bardagulan the situation in the Philippines is. Tingnan mo naman si Digong, nanggugulo parate. Tingnan mo naman considering how many problems this country has and all. And considering na wala man lang fireside speech, wala man lang... Kaya nga yun na sinabi ko, yung kahinaan ni BBM is that he neither has the spontaneous, articulate capacity that Pinoy had. I mean, God bless his soul. I mean, guys, I had many disagreements with Pinoy, right? And whether this is the Mama Sapano, ganon. But, guys, he was a good speaker. I'll tell you that. And di naman ako nagyayabang, but you guys have seen me, right?